dreaming, dreaming.
When my eyes close, I feel like I see everything clearly. And I just let my mind go to a place where nothing else matters in the world at all. And I just dream, and I just dream, and I just dream, yeah, I just dream.
1 year
7 classes each semester.
for 3 semesters
This is the journey
to our dream.
So my ideal business, or I should say my business will be, putting positive energy out there, will be an independent music record label. And I hope to offer, it will be based on 3 predominant services, which is artist development, recording, and publishing. And what comes from these 3 will be the music from the artist. Artist development is simply exactly what the word says. It's public relations, marketing, creating buzz for these artists, whether they have their own music, they're just looking to distribute it and get their name out there, or they're fresh artists starting from scratch. So we're basically doing the A&R side of things, including the public relations and developing the image for the artist. Next is recording, which we would have producers come in, help develop a sound for these artists if they don't have one already. Publishing as well. Publishing will include royalties, making sure that they are properly compensated for their art, and as well as distribution. The main reason for wanting to have publishing with this label is so that these artists are, like I mentioned before, properly compensated. In my mind, I'm thinking to have a deal such as it's called a profit sharing deal of 45-55. Basically what that is, for each sale album or a single, the artist keeps 55% and 45% goes into the company, which will go into developing other artists and so forth. The music, as I mentioned, would be the end result of this, what would come from these 3 services. And I would like to start with R&B, neo-soul, and hip-hop. Basically, independent label is a label that stands alone by itself. There's no help from the majors, which are Sony, Universal, Warner Brothers, and BMI. Everything they're done independently. So they do their own distribution, they do their own publishing, do their own recording, their own recruiting, and so forth. Our positioning is that we're small. As you can see at the bottom, this is our little motto or mantra tagline to go by. We are a big little music label, and that's only in size only, but we have all the resources just as the major labels, like I mentioned, recording, artist development, publishing, and so forth.
What was the original name for the business?
The original name for my label was Age of Aquarius.
Why?
I don't know. I was sitting at work one day, and it might sound weird, but I heard a whisper. And at the same time, I was doodling, and I was drawing what I thought would be a great logo for the company. And that name came to me, and then later on, as I was leaving, I think I went to lunch or something like that, and I put on my Zoom, and the song Age of Aquarius by the Fifth Dimension came on. And so I said, oh, that must be a sign.
Why did you change the name?
I don't know. I was just looking for different alternate names just in case that name is available. So I came with the one that I have now, which is Aquarius Acoustics. Acoustics is basically just another word of sound, another word for sound. I didn't want to exactly use the word sound in my word music in my name for the company, so I just was trying to be creative and thinking of ways to name the company. My goals for the business is, one, to be very successful. As being a small company, I wanted to show the world that independent music is where it's at. This is where, you know, a lot of heart and soul comes from. There's nothing commercialized, just purely genuine underground type music. Next thing, to just basically be an outlet, to be the type of label that that artists want to be at, that feel at home, that feel like, you know, they're not being heard. Well, this is the place that they can be heard at.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I would say I see myself retired. All jokes aside, I really see myself putting into action this label, whether it be with just one artist and just going from there, just building it slowly by slowly, so that 5 years from the 5 years, it'll be something bigger than what it was, and successful at the same token. I would say, well, it's always been a dream of mine to just work with music, period. To actually think I can have something of my own didn't come into to realization when I was going for an interview, well, a phone interview with A&R for Capitol Records, and he told me, he made a comment, quote unquote, that meaning that I'm black and a female, that I wouldn't be going very far in the industry. So I took that as a sign to say, you know what, okay, not only to prove him wrong, but to prove that it is possible, not just for me, for people who's been told that, you know, they can't do it, but yes, you can, especially minorities in the business. It seems like if you're black and a female, you got 2 strikes against you, that's it. But, you know, it's not it. So I'm hoping to lead by an example as best way I can.
I just dream.